I'm Dex from Digital Dawn Studios, creator of Sirius Online, and you're listening to the BAMSys podcast.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the BAMSys show. Right, getting straight to the point, the interview that we had with Digital Dawn Studios, the developers for Sirius Online, it overran by quite a way. We had a good chat with them, it was a lot of fun to talk to these guys, and the interview we had with these guys was interesting and a lot of fun. A lot of questions were asked, and a lot of answers were had. Very bunch of fun guys. Very good bunch of fun guys, rather. So, basically, as you guys know the format well enough, the format is A, B, and then the C. So I've decided to can the A and the B to, shorten the time of this interview. This interview is about an hour and 20 minutes long. So Jolly and myself were meant to do the news section, a little bit of a B section, and then jump into the interview, which tends to be about 45 minutes long. We aim for a 45-minute interview sort of segment, but we kind of overran that by a good 30 minutes. So again, to save you guys a whole lot of effort, a whole lot of time, I've decided to can it all and just show you guys the interview. And so bare bones of it, myself and G talked to Digital Dawn Studios, developers of Sirius Online, Dex, the only developer in this game, and Cayne, the community manager. Don't worry though guys, next week we'll have an extra delicious news section for you guys with all the bits and pieces, and we'll try and get a B block in there as well so that you guys can have a bit more fun and games with your viewing deliciousness. So guys, without further ado, Sirius Online and Digital Dawn Studios.
Hey, I'm Cayne, the Community Manager for Sirius Online. You're listening to the BAMSys podcast. Hope you enjoy.
Hello guys and welcome one and all. Today, guys, we've got a special treat for you guys, a little special treat. We've got the developers from Digital Dawn Studios with us. And as always, my wingman, my G, is here to introduce them. G, say hi.
Hey everybody, yeah, I'm here, and as Bam said, we have Cayne and Dex from Digital Dawn Studios to talk about Sirius Online, but first things first. Cayne, Dex, introduce yourselves.
And this is where he forgot to push to talk down.
Dex?
His mic just broke.
Oh.
Oh, it's one of those days, isn't it? What did you do to your mic, Dex? What did you do? You shouldn't have eaten it, dude. I told you. Mics aren't eating. They're for talking.
Test, hello, 1, 2.
Hello, welcome.
I'm sorry, but out of the blue, my microphone stopped working.
That was
I'm
the
Dex.
best timing.
I'm the lead creative developer for Sirius Online, and I've actually created Digital Dawn Studios as well, 15 years ago.
Hey, I'm Cayne. I'm the community manager of Digital Dawn Studios. I just help with the community, trailers, stuff like that. Basically, just getting involved with the fans of the game.
That is awesome. Dex, Cayne, welcome to our little corner of the internet. Cayne, it's good to hear another Scotsman's come along to have a chat with us.
Oh, I'm Irish, apparently.
Bam, you a-hole.
It's fine. We're all the same.
I couldn't help it. Like, it's so technically they're all Celtic anyway, so I can get away with it.
True.
Sort of.
It is true. We were
So
basically
guys,
the same
please.
thing.
Oh, fair enough, mate. So guys, please, Dex, I want to know a bit about yourself. Cayne, I'll get to you later. Dex, please, dude, I want to know a bit more about you before we jump into Sirius Online. Please, dude, tell me your story.
My story is very long and very attractive. I started developing in the age of 6. At the age of 6, my dad gave me a Commodore Plus 4. I don't know if you have ever heard of it. It's a small box just containing BASIC, and he taught me how to program. That's been 21 years ago now. And over the time, I played the X games, XB and the Frontier, X2 the Threat, Terran Conflict, the Reunion, and Freelancer, obviously, and I got inspired. I wanted to make a game like that, just better. Through many life hardships, like homelessness, a suicide attempt, I still managed to make that game and release it on Steam 2 years ago.
Must say, wow, you started already on a Commodore, was it Plus 4, 4 Plus? That predates even...
Plus 4.
Plus 4, yeah. I remember them briefly because I had a C64 and Others had the, let's say, older machines. But I hope you didn't start writing this game on that machine.
Technically, it would even work on that machine if I downscale the graphics.
I can imagine. So, Cayne, your story?
Well, I mean, my story with Digital Dawn Studios only started at the start of this year. I was introduced to Dex from a mutual friend called Strat. He's just a streamer that also helps in the game. He's the voice for some of the characters. So he introduced us. I'd done some community managing for other games in the past. When I heard about Sirius and I played it, helped with the first trailer, the game just got to me, and I was delighted to join Dex and help him just evolve the community and just keep it as active as possible, really. So, I mean, I have been here as long as Dex, obviously. I've been 15 years worth of dedication. That's all Dex.
But it sounds like for both of you, this is a labor of love.
For all three of us. My brother is currently not here. He did the technology behind Sirius Online, the God Rays and DX7, the Blur, the Bloom, and everything that makes the game go from just a game to just an awesome looking game in DirectX 7.
I actually had to look that up. That came out in 1999. Old technology.
I mean, that's the DirectX 7. Like when Dex told me that when I was first playing the game, like I was completely shocked, because I mean, when I first started gaming, I think the first game I ever played was the Half-Life, and that was, I think, DirectX 8. I might be wrong. To me, Sirius looks even better than the original Half-Life did, and that you can never beat your first game, right? And the fact that Sirius is challenging it just got to me. That's why I wanted to be in the project so badly.
It's a topic that's come up on the podcast many times. We remember games better than they were. They look better in our memories. So when you start to compare to, all your old games and the things that really got you hooked in gaming, say rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah, definitely.
I disagree. My first game was Command & Conquer and Red Alert. Those games look just as good as they do now back then. They're delicious games. I disagree, G. I disagree.
It depends on the style, though. It always depends on the style. I mean, like games like Prison Architect and stuff like that, that'll stay in. Those graphics will stay relevant for another God knows how long. So, I mean, depends.
Prison Architect is special in its graphics, but it's cute.
My first game was the original Settlers, the actual first one where you had hexagonal fields.
Hexagons were advanced for back then. I mean, even Civilization 4 didn't have hexagons until, the next game.
To be pretty honest, that is definitely showing your ages, boys. I'm very sorry to say this, but Dex, G, Cayne, to some degree, you guys are old, bro. God.
Oh, I'm not old. I just play old games.
Fair enough. So,
I'm just
guys,
29.
I'm 29, my left foot, mate. If you got one of them sick Commodore C4 Plus triple negative Delta things, yeah.
No. Windows 98 and PS1. They were my days.
Windows 98. Good night.
I used to play Harry Potter and the Half-Life on them all the time.
Leave. Get out. Harry Potter. Get out. Out. Leave now. Harry Potter. Get out. Get out.
Those games are amazing on
Get out.
PC.
Out. Get.
And you cannot beat Harry Potter 3 on the PS2. You could literally switch it.
I'm melting inside. You
could switch a character by pressing circle instantly.
Oh, that's disgusting. Disgusting.
In GTA 5, it takes like 20 minutes to switch character. It took 3 seconds.
Dex, how do you deal with this guy, dude? How do you deal with him? How? He's your community manager and he's played Harry Potter. How do you deal with him?
They're good games, man.
A good dose of cyanide help. Just running with it.
Right, enough about the idle jibber jabber, guys. We're here to talk about Sirius Online. Please, guys, what is Sirius Online to you, Dex?
A labor of love. It's an homage to all the early sci-fi games that came out around the millennia. Freelancer, the original X, even Eve, for a part, has taken a bit of inspiration for this. And I wanted to make a universe that is as beautiful as Eve Online's, with the vastness of space between planets, as engaging as Freelancers, with amazing combat abilities you had out there. You could fight players, you could go run missions, you could trade and everything. And the versatility of the X universe, where each of your actions influences the market. That's Sirius Online for me.
Okay, Cayne, what is Sirius Online for you? And since you're the community manager, I'm going to ask you to leave your salt outside, sir.
There's no salt at all. I mean, like I said, the reason I like Sirius Online so much is because I love the artistic style of it. I just love how incredible it looks in DirectX 7 of all things. And it gets to me in that way. And like past games that I've worked have been very stale. Like I've worked on like survival games, you know, the typical ones that clog up Steam. Sirius comes along and it's actually something to me unique, something that I'm really interested in. So I mean, it's just a breath of fresh air, really, in kind of a stale market. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Looking back at all the things you basically just told us, how this has been a labor of love for a while for Dex, and it goes back to DirectX 7 in technology. And it's not exactly a new game either. I was looking into it when we first talked, and it was one of those, wait, this game existed, then it disappeared, now it's back again? And I think we should kind of touch on that, the big topic with why we're here today, which is Sirius Online 1.2, and I guess the 1.2.1 that's coming up, which is more or less a complete rewrite of core parts, like UI, like graphics. So it seems to have been quite a bit of upgrade here, which also means anybody who's listening, who's played this game, Sirius Online, in the past and thought, might not be quite ready, this is the time to come back.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning, shall we? So with 1.1 and its bad reception on Steam, I decided to take it down, look at all the reviews and fix what I can, because I didn't feel comfortable enough to have my product on there without people being satisfied about it. Obviously, you can't satisfy everyone. That's a thing of impossibility. But I took valid criticism. People who made videos about it and told me, people who wrote very detailed bug reports, people who said that and that isn't fun. Let's make something else. I took that criticism and worked over 6 months to implement that, to rework functions, to redo things like mining. As an example, before you had to shoot an asteroid, PNGs, pictures just popped out and you had to fly over them. Now you hold the right mouse button and the stream picks up items for you from the asteroid, which looks visually very impressive. Much like the old Eve, if someone of you remembers. So far, I've worked and worked and worked, and then something happened called a Patreon. A Patreon is where creators get paid by fans to implement new things to keep their work up. And one of my Patreon rewards is creating a faction, which led to the Crimson Dawn. A fan of mine pledged the amount, we worked out the faction, and I decided to make it into a major storyline feature. The Crimson Dawn for 1.2, which is titled Rise of the Crimson Dawn, obviously, is a faction that researches AI and then went batshit crazy, or really bonkers, and wants to kill every living being in the universe. And the players now have the option to go and defend the universe. And the upcoming story, decides on if the players repel the Crimson Dawn or just ignore them and let them continue. So 1.2 has a lot of new things, like missions, actual missions you can choose to accept instead of having them forced onto you. New explorations, you can find ships, entirely new ships, entirely new mining, entirely new asteroids. Instead of a few objects strewn in a half circle, you actually have that feeling of, oh, asteroids.
So this is, as you said, 6 months work, just redoing all of these things. And one thing is mining, but looking at is really, new UI things. You improve the graphics. And as you said yourself, bugs. You've gone through and eradicated quite a lot of bugs. So I think at this point, is it fair to say that it's a bit of a re-release?
It is. Since it's been back on Steam, I'd also call it a re-release, and even Valve calls it a re-release. It is a re-release, even Valve calls it a re-release, and it's just been back on Steam for the summer sale.
It does seem to have gotten quite a few positive reactions as well, so, I mean, congratulations. It's a difficult step, and we've looked at a lot of games. It's the second one that's gone through this, re-releasing for whichever reason. Previous one, they didn't release quite well, had some issues, not in the game, but in the release process, and went through it. It takes some courage to go out and say, we didn't do well enough. Let's do better, and let's redo the work.
I've been taught this way by my dad. He told me if you're not satisfied with something, don't be afraid to admit failure and do work on your things to make it better, to make up to yourself and to your customers.
And I think for people considering playing this game, there's a Trello board where you can go and look at what have you been working on, what's in the last release, what's in the upcoming one. It really shows that, this is something that you like to work on and you are continuously working on it. I'm just going through what it says that you're planning at this point. It's not small things. It's quite a lot of elements. Ship insurance is one of the things that are in plan, exploration mechanics, etc. These are things that are going to take some time and some effort. And if I understand correctly, you're the only developer.
Indeed, but no one knows the code better than me.
Well, I would be scared if somebody did, if you're the only developer. How somebody broke in and read your code.
I'm coding Italian, or as the beginner would say, spaghetti code.
Ooh, well, spaghetti code has its valid points, I guess.
My tendency to create spaghetti code has decreased in the recent months and years, but it still is my own style of coding.
Fair enough.
Okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about. What the hell is a spaghetti code? Because when you say spaghetti, I'm thinking about bolognese. How? It's like, deliciousness. So is your code delicious? Come on, Kane. I'm sure you're with me here as well, mate. It's like, what, is this just something to eat up and delicious? Come on. What's spaghetti code?
I just go with it most of the time, but if I was to give it a guess, I'm guessing it's very nonsensical, like slap around code.
Well, I'm glad you're a normal person like me who thought exactly that as well. G-Talk and Dex can go and do their spaghetti bolognese coding. It's what?
Okay, let's get off the coding then, because that seems to irritate Bam a little bit. One of the new items that kind of caught my eye is, the game is multiplayer, but now you're talking about hosting own servers?
Indeed. We decided to drop the MMO attitude to give people a chance to host their own servers with friends and don't get killed, to train. Maybe even an offline mode is planned. So just you can have fun instead of being forced to participate in PvP.
Well, the offline mode sounds kind of interesting because I've talked to a few people over the years that have played Freelancer. I did not play it myself, sorry. One thing that they keep saying they're looking for is a game like Freelancer, but offline, where they don't have to worry about random showing up and shooting them out of the sky.
Freelancer did have an offline mode.
Okay, sorry. A modern, new game. Something, that's a little bit more recent than Freelancer.
Something not Eve, I think what G-Talks is trying to say.
I mean, I think it's an open market. I mean, I think Sirius fits it better than, I may be boasting a bit too much, but I think it fits it better than any other game currently out on Steam. Just that genre of that offline space adventure, basically. It'll be your best bet.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people say they like all the space games because there's a lot of them coming out. But one thing they've all been looking for is that offline feel in a direct control space combat game.
Yeah, and Sirius, like I've played Sirius offline, like myself, and taking quests and going to retrieve bounties and taking out cargo ships and stuff like that. You sometimes tend to see the same ship, and then you end up getting like big excited to kill the same guy you've been like having a grudge against and stuff like that. But it's all offline, and it's fun, and it's you don't have to worry about anything but your own lack of skill against the bots. You know what I mean? And then if you do get bored of it, you can go obviously on the online and then join it, your friends and others, and taking on big battles with obviously the Crimson Dawn, which is now in 1.2, and taking on those big massive fighter ships that they have.
I guess it's a bit of freedom.
It's just like if playing offline, I think the biggest advantage is exploring, because it's just the art style and stuff like that. Like you going through like a warp station and ending up in just like a destroyed planet or just a belt of asteroids is just sometimes just breathtaking. And especially the Ring, Sirius 6 planet is just one of the best places in the game. And playing offline is just a great way to explore. There's even like a specific ship just for that. So it's better to do that offline if you don't want to be caught in PvP midway through.
To me, it sounds like you can play Sirius anywhere. You don't have to be online to play it. So you could be on the bus or you could be on the train. You don't have to actually have an internet connection to play, which is a lot of problems with Eve and other games such as, good God, what's other? Anyway, games like that. You have to be online to play it. You don't get the same sort of gaming experience.
Yeah,
that's what
I mean, a lot of games get like... a lot of games get a lot of backlash from that, especially EA, when they had their whole phase of even single-player games, you happen to be in online, because they were trying to battle G2A thing and stuff like that, but like it just backlashed on the community. I think people want to be able to play if they buy a game, they want to be able to play it wherever, whenever, and they don't want to have to go online or have to be in a certain location to play something that they bought. So I mean, having an online or having an offline mode just makes sense.
Happy days. Now, I'm going to ask a few questions to Dex. Now, Ken, I'm not sure if you've played EVE Online yourself, but there is a mythical ship in EVE called Clear Skies. And I noticed there was a skin on one of these ships called Clear Skies. Dex, is that a reference, or is that just you just randomly naming things?
It is a reference to my favorite EVE captain.
Ah, fucking knew it!
Nothing but clear skies.
Oh man! That's tell you what. That series, I must have watched the entire 3 series about 3-4 times now. Granted, they're old sort of graphics and whatever, but the story's good behind them. And God, they need to make more. But it's so labor intensive, and apparently the first one took a year to make. Good Lord!
And the creator of Clear Skies is now a professional director for movies.
That I did not know. Maybe he should do more, since he's not a professional dude that's got money behind him. Anyway, Dex, when I played Sirius Online, and granted I've only killed one ship, I won't lie, I've only killed one ship, so I haven't played it for very long, I instantly felt like a Star Wars-y type fighter dude. From way back when I first started playing video games, it was a case of jump into your starfighter, go kill things. That's what it felt like to me. I didn't have to do missions. I didn't have to go through tutorials. I could just jump into my cockpit and go shoot things, which is what I essentially did. And it was a lot of fun, actually. A lot of fun.
I appreciate that. That's what I was aiming for. If you just have 10 minutes of time and want to play something fast, jump into Sirius, shoot something, or fill your cargo with ores, whatever you want to do. Just do something with your little bit of time if you don't have much.
Sadly, I'm with probably the 80% of the people on this planet. They don't actually have enough time to do things. But the small bits of time I do have, I want to go and do these things. And the brief glimmer I've had of Sirius Online, I enjoyed. The graphics, I think, were a bit low, but then I'm not complaining. I do have a laptop that it's borderline, 5-6 years old now. So I'm very glad that you've actually managed to make your game run on old gear, as in DirectX 7. I was shocked to hear that you could actually play your game on my laptop. As you called me the other day, I is now level 1 Grasshopper PC Master Racer. Hatha. So I'm proud to be part of the PC community with Sirius Online. Oh, yes. All because of you, Dex, all because of you. Thank you very much. I'm having the brief 10 minutes I had a lot of fun. I had to log in, log out a couple of times because I kept picking window when I wanted full screen, and I kept on making that mistake, and it was my fault. More user error rather than product error. But after I got used to the controls and whatever have it, which you don't really need a tutorial for, to be brutally honest, run around and went shooting things. And yes, I did watch your YouTube channel, which you made videos for about a year ago on how to move forward, back, strafe, roll, how to market stuff and whatever have you. Will those videos be affected by the new update? Or is the core of the marketing and mining, as you said, mining and space fighting, whatever's still the same?
I will make a new season of How to Play Sirius Online soon. The Space Traveler's Guide series, Season 2. I will explain a few more things to come with 1.2.1, like the changed market. As you see, it has a new overlay, like the old one in the videos doesn't have. Some other things like the scanner has been moved to the map and everything else has been up into buttons on the map. I got inspired by Star Trek Online there, and especially the planetary settlements which are coming.
Planetary interaction. I dabbled a little bit in that in EVE Online, and again, when I said I felt like a Star Wars X-Wing fighter, it still felt very comfortable, very EVE Online to me. I noticed that you the audio. I'm a big fan for audio when it comes to games. It reminds me of EVE. Is it the same music? Is it the old jukebox? Is it the same people that made the same music, or did you find your own people?
I wish I could hire the old people, but they've moved on to other projects, and I've been very satisfied with the work of the composer Brishan Palmer. I had some EVE music in before, but that was just a licensing error by CCP themselves.
Fair enough. My favorite tune is Below the Asteroids. It's just...
Same.
It's just iconic of EVE, and yet they dropped it. But anyway, long salty story aside, when it comes to EVE Online. I like what you've done with the current build. It looks, to me, very safe, very assuring. But I'll be keen to see what you do in the new update.
I'm absolutely looking forward to 1.2.1 because there's so much new in it, like the new scanning system which is coming, because the old one is kind of dated from times where I had scanning range per ship, then laser weapons instead of laser beam weapons instead of laser projectile weapons additionally to buy in the shop, a new mining ship, maybe even a second explorer ship if I can manage to get the funds together.
To be brutally honest, the laser projectile weapons I felt were a bit cartoonish, and I really think the laser beamed weapons will be a bit more bit more of the
Yes.
game style, but it's just, you know, a game, and it's there to have fun. I tell you what, I did fire a lot of rounds to kill that one ship. I'm not the best shot in the world. And
Oh, another
Dex,
beam,
I'm
man.
coming for you, bro. I'm going to find you. I don't know which server you're on, bro. I'm going to find you. I'm going to shoot you. And you're going to get a bacon sandwich soon, bro.
There's a dude at the station called Junker's Bar at the Sun. It's called Stratmaniac. You have to shoot him.
Might have already done that.
Good boy.
I don't know if it was mentioned, but with the release of 1.2.1, because there's so much stuff added, 1.2.1 will be the coming out of early access for Sirius Online.
Wait, what? So it'll be a launched game then? So 1.2.1 is your launch game?
Exactly.
Ah, this is news. I just thought it was an update to an early access thing. I must have misread what I read. Gee, you did not inform me of this?
It's been a surprise.
Oh, I may have ruined the surprise. It's a big update. I mean, I've seen a lot of the exciting stuff that's coming, and it really is going to feel like such a jam-packed game when this edition comes in. So it's going to have people busy, hopefully, for a long time.
Oh, God. You see, the thing about content is that people will chew through that content quicker than you think, believe it or not. I hate referring CCP games and EVE Online when it comes to this. They constantly say, when they do their updates, whatever, so much more content, you'll never finish it. You'll never get this done. The community always proves them wrong, and within a quarter of the time, the content's done.
What I like to think is that it depends on what kind of content you add. I mean, like, some content, I mean, it seems kind of weird bringing this up, but I mean, games like survival games like Minecraft and Terraria and stuff like that, it has the same content over and over again, yet you still see people chewing through it constantly. I think if you add the right kind of content that's still addicting and still enjoyable, people hopefully won't get through it as fast as they normally would. But I mean, that's all hopes. I mean, we can't predict it, obviously. But I'm personally looking forward to it, and I might call me biased, but there you go.
The other big thing in this is the Crimson Dawn, which to date, since the release of 1.2, has no player beaten it.
Wait, what? No one's managed to beat the AI?
No one's managed to beat a Crimson Invasion, even small ones, which are dirt easy if I'm flying them.
Right. Well, gonna have to change that, I think.
Yeah, so there's a challenge for everyone. See if you can be the first.
That sounds a little bit like a gauntlet thrown down. Bam, are you up for it?
Dude, I've only played 10 minutes of the game. Do you really expect me to go up against a Crimson Invasion? Holy shit, I will do it! For less than a bacon sandwich as well.
Well, I think you have to save those bacon sandwiches if 1.2.1 will be the actual release. The leaving early access. We need those bacon sandwiches for a party.
No. You have your bacon, I have my bacon. Don't get our two bacons mixed up. You've got your gay Danish bacon, I've got my delicious UK bacon, right? You just stay over there with your Danish bacon, alright? I'll have my bacon here.
So much for a bacon party.
I thought you had a trace of Australian in you. Bam.
No, you fucking troll. No, I like where you go with that. I called you Scottish in the beginning. I like where you went with that, mate. Well done. Fair play, sir. Fair play.
I genuinely thought that when you first talked that you were Australian, and I got confused with the time zone there.
I ain't no Aussie, my good man. If I was in Australia, I'd be speaking like 3 in the morning with you, maybe 4 in the morning. I'm not an Aussie. 10 points if you can guess right. I think Dex might have a clue.
Well, I'm guessing you're English.
Incorrect.
Well, you said when you tried to call me Scottish that you said a fellow Scotsman, so maybe Edinburgh.
Incorrect.
Inverness.
Incorrect.
Aberdeen.
No, I'm not Scottish, bro. No, bro. Come
Okay,
down.
well then, Sheepshagger Welsh.
No. Oh yeah, I'm definitely no.
If you go any more north, I can't help you if you're Northern Irish.
No, we're in the UK. Think planet. Think Southern Hemisphere.
Well, like Uranus.
No, well, I tell you what, that's more like on the outer edge of the solar system. But okay, yeah, that'll work. I've just been called an arsehole, G. Great.
I'm sorry. You said go all out. I mean...
Yeah, no, dude, fair enough. Go all out. Fun. Yeah, I get called an arsehole. Brilliant. I think G can agree with that sometimes, yeah.
Well, to be fair, the way that I recognize where Bam was from the first time we spoke is because Australians sound awesome, and people from where Bam is from sound like assholes.
Oh, is he New Zealand? Is he from New Zealand?
Oh, he just called the whole freaking country of New Zealand arseholes.
Oh, was I wrong?
Yes, mate, that was very wrong.
I'm sorry.
If you're concerned about Cayne being an asshole, I'm going to put an NPC of him in game. So if you buy the game, you can shoot Cayne.
Look, no, we discussed this. This is, no. Look, I'm Irish. I'm allowed to insult people. It's fine.
That's true. That's
Especially
true.
English people. It's fine.
No, I'm not English, bro. I told you.
Well, you don't sound American.
Oh,
So-
no, mate. I'm not American. No.
So Canadian,
No, I'm not from the Northern Americas.
right? Well, then my last guess would probably be, you from like Finland or something?
No. Dex, your one guess, and then we get back to the game because this is a serious side piece.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. I want to talk about Sirius Online, not talk about me where I'm from. I want to talk about you guys. But Cayne, you've derailed us, bro. But doesn't matter. We'll get back to the topic very soon.
I'd say South Africa.
Ah, well done.
Oh shit! Was that right? That was a good fucking guess, Dex. Holy crap!
I've worked with people from South Africa, and they all sound like around that.
Oh, that's why you sounded Australian to me. I'm a big fan of rugby, and whenever Ireland goes on tour, it's always down against Australia, South Africa, and New Zealand. So the accents gets mixed up in my mind. Sorry about that. Man.
Fellow rugby man. What positions do you play?
Scrum half and winger. We'll get back. We'll talk about that after. Let's get back to the game.
No, dude. Fly half, and early days when I was a fat cunt, I played tight head. I'm just a fly, mate. I'm just a fly half. Fwing.
I can't do forwards.
No, dude,
Right.
it's great. It's great.
We'll discuss after. Let's
Yeah.
let's get back.
Anyway, Sirius Online. We were talking about Sirius Online. Yeah. It's a great game on Steam, guys. It's gonna have a 1.2.1 release, which is a game release and huge, massive content updates. Yes. We're back on track. See, we're back on track. G, please take the steering wheel, please.
Good, because you guys just spoke gibberish. I have no idea what you were saying.
Rugby, bro. Rugby. It's like one of the bestest sports in the world. Plus, there's bacon involved.
Whoa, bacon? Well, I mean, I don't know where you're grabbing them, but I mean, you're a bit too high, maybe.
I'm
sorry, Chico.
I meant after in the rooms, bro. You get the bacon sandwiches. You get you know. I mean after, not during. God. Anyway, steering wheel G, go. Sirius Online, go.
Okay, I have to ask, partly because Dex threw me a picture some time ago and said, look what I'm doing. Planetary settlements. That seems to be a new thing coming in, and I've seen some, as I said, pictures of it. Just how in-depth is this thing? Like, it looked like we're still in space and we're controlling it from space. We're not getting down on the planets, are we? We're getting into the dirt.
That was my first plan, to get people down to the planets, but that would have been synchronization issues, and it would be way too much work to be fun. So you can choose to click on the colony button. You get a randomly assigned planetary surface with different resources, and then it's basically much SimCity. You place basic buildings like government, water, food resources, and mines, or you can do commercial districts, and then it accumulates tags, which can be used to build things again, or you use the money to build extractors and get the stuff out of the ground to shoot up to you.
I love SimCity. This sounds like an awesome idea. I mean, I've always found it weird when video games where you're flying in space, it lets you fly down to the planet, because that usually takes quite a long time, and there's some atmosphere and stuff. It always irritates me. So if it's just, high-level stuff that I can get behind, that sounds really awesome.
Well, it's an optional feature. You don't have to use it. If you're into managing a colony just by clicking a few times occasionally, it's not as intricate as Eves, where you have to get the stuff from a station, get it to the planet, deploy it, manage the planet every 2 days, get it up, manage it to fly to a station. You just have to click on the window and check if your colony is working. There are actually people down there instead of AI mining things.
Do I still have to get stuff down to the surface? Like, do I have to fly out, grab an asteroid, throw it down on the surface, and then something takes the resources, build stuff?
No, planets have their own resources. Like, you go down onto a lava planet, which I have. You can get obsidian, and obsidian gets made into glass, and glass gets made into jewelry, and from then on, jewelry gets sold in your districts if you have them, and then you get tax money from those cells. You can just get the money from the colony, but if you don't have enough, people get angry, and then they revolt, and you get less stuff.
Okay. Two things. G, I'm pretty sure if you take an asteroid and throw it to a planet, there will be no resources to be had. And Dex, I'm pretty sure if people bought glass jewelry, they'd be pissed off in the first place.
What are you talking about? I'd love glass jewelry.
Okay. Now I found out Kane's also a chef. Great. So he's a regular
Whoa.
chef. Brilliant.
Oh, I know we're having a bit of banter between the two of us, but yeah, we don't need to go that far. Come on.
Well, you wear glass jewelry, bro. God.
Whoa.
Wounded. Excuse me, guys. I want to rush Cayne to the burn unit. I think he's got to go to the ICU wing. He's a bit wounded.
Oh, come on. Tell me you wouldn't like some glass rings. That'd be pretty cool.
No. The only jewelry that will adorn my flesh is bacon, bro.
You gonna get like a bacon wedding ring?
Already got it.
Oh,
My wife thinks I'm mad, but I don't care.
Did you get her a bacon one in return?
No, mate, I got her a different kind of ring. Wink, wink.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get back to the, planetary rings of Sirius.
Yeah. So, G, what? Carry on. This planetary interaction sounds interesting. So, Sim City.
Well, I think there's just one question left on that one is, if I can't throw rocks at, planets in order to build stuff, can I throw rocks at other people's planets? Like, can I break Cayne's little settlements?
No,
hold on there.
Not at all. Your settlements are all protected by the governments of the respective side of the universe, and if you even dare to come close to a planet in hostile
Territory.
In hostile territory, you will get hunted by either the faction itself or by the global police force, which I've added in 1.2.1.
That sounds unfair.
It is, after all, a war in a star system about the control.
So I can't go and throw stones at G's sandcastle. I can't wreck his shit.
You can wreck his ship when he comes to collect his stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can steal his inventory if you kill him.
Ah, G, how much bacon do you produce me?
I think I'll have to find a way to make bacon-eating beetles. So if you take my cargo, you lose all your bacon.
That's not fun. Don't destroy bacon.
Okay, I'm literally just looking at the Trello board right now and just having, a little look-see into what's coming in the next versions. And apologies, but gravitation zones around planets. We're talking like sphere of influence style, KSP-ish gravity, so if you get close to a planet, you drop down?
You get dragged into the planet if you move too close, yes.
But what's too close here? Are we talking like if you're 300,000 kilometers away, or if you're 30 kilometers away?
More the latter. It's depending on the mass of the planet itself. So like the ring, if you move inside the space between the inner ring and the planet Sirius 6, you'll get dragged into your death.
Okay. But is it something where we can at least feel the gravity when we get close and you go like, oh shit, my ship is listing a bit. Do they list when they're in space? I guess not. But it's moving.
There's even a vocal warning about it.
Okay, and then you turn your ship, away from it, perpendicular to the planet, and hit space.
The gravitation increases the closer you get, so you don't have instant gravitational force, but the closer you get, the harder it gets to escape.
Well, that makes sense. That's how it works in real life.
For some people, it doesn't.
Have you been watching way too much Star Trek Voyager?
Not Voyager. Not TOS, but the Next Generation.
Next Generation,
I'm
yeah.
absolutely in love with Picard and his calmness on this.
Okay, because my question is,
Don't you do it, G. Don't you frickin' do it.
I'm not going to. I'm just doing something else. It's just the Trello board says NPC, missiles. And there's a Star Trek Voyager episode where there's an intelligent missile, like an AI missile, that kind of lodges itself in the ship. I'm wondering if that's what you're heading at, or if there's something very different under the heading NPC missiles.
The NPC missiles is a hint towards the escalation of the Crimson Dawn invasion. Since Crimson Dawn is an AI faction, they get to learn how to shoot missiles first, so it's actually a weapon for NPCs.
Okay, but since they're AIs, they will shoot intelligent missiles at you that you can have a debate with before they blow you up.
No, they'll blow you up instantly.
Oh, that's no fun.
I'm going to ask this question one time. Cayne and Dex, you guys can answer any way you want. But, which is the better captain? Picard?
Picard.
For
Picard.
God damn you! Janeway's better than Picard, I'm sorry. Janeway's better.
What?
Janeway best captain. Fact. Janeway best captain. Picard.
I mean, she's the best in Orange is the New
Picard.
Black, but
No. Janeway best captain, bro. Best captain Janeway.
Nah.
Nah, dude. The next generation is old hat, dude. Old hat. Voyager is where it's at.
To be
God.
honest, the absolute best captain would be Zephrem Cochrane. I was from the First Contact movie. I'm not flying that thing sober.
Hey, but what we all gotta love Kirk, right? Oh, that sexist god. Kirk's the best.
Again, Janeway best captain. Janeway beat Kirk. Janeway beat Picard. And you've got a good point about that, dude. You can't drive that thing sober, man. I agree. Jesus, I agree.
This is where I want to put in a vote for Cisco.
No, go away. Because now I'm in a room full of Trekkie fans that all agree that Picard is best captain. I can't fathom the amount of craziness that's within me. It's crazy. Why Picard best captain? Why?
Because he keeps us calm in even stressful situations, and after Picard, when you watch Voyager, you have the same stuff all over again, just with some things in a different quadrant. The only thing that actually annoys me in The Next Generation is Q, which is outright annoying.
Oh, he's the best. He's like a little kid.
Q is annoying.
He's cute.
Q's trouble.
Q is a dick.
Nah.
Q is a dick.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like a little lost puppy.
Cisco is the best captain. DS9 was the best series as long as it only last 3-4 seasons. And Q is funny but annoying.
You can't just cut out season 1 and 2, G. You've got to take the season as a whole. This is why I think Next Generation's crap, Voyager's great, Deep Space Nine is between the two.
Yeah, but you also got to take into account that, Data. Come on.
Riker. Worf.
Well, in that case, we're going to say random names. I'll say Spock. Beat Spock. There you go. My trump card.
That already beat him.
Spock. Oh, wow. But I mean, Spock kind of gets cancelled out by the terribleness that is Kirk. So, I mean, there you go.
You might have pissed off a lot of people.
I think you might have.
Kirk's an asshole.
Kirk's a sexist ass.
There's a simple solution for Kirk. You just replace him with Austin Powers. It's the same person.
Just
Ooh.
just get rid of Kirk, right? If Spock had a better captain, like say if Spock was on Picard's ship, that would have been it would have been much better. Kirk's is just a sexist pig. What's the fuck everything?
Oh, shots fired, G, shots fired.
But you just described Riker.
Look, leave me alone.
Riker just has one girlfriend, which is a
You might
sexual
want to
maniac.
rewatch. There's a few episodes where he's hitting on everything, and yeah.
A few episodes and a full series of someone wanting to shag someone else is a difference.
They toned it down. That was nice. Just a small note. As we're recording this, I guess the news broke yesterday, and we'll probably be covering it in the news blog that will probably have come before this. But the new series Star Trek Discovery (STD) is coming to Netflix this September 25. So yay!
I'm still not comfortable with the short version of that.
Okay. The point I was trying to get at when it came to asking which captain, best captain, Janeway, best captain for life, or other captains, shit, by comparison. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is that I'm happy to see that there's a sci-fi geek managing the community and there's a sci-fi geek making the game. So you know where, what, and how to reference to keep people happy. Because the first thing I noticed, for example, when it came to paint to skins, was clear skies. Now, because I'm an EVE player, and I have played the odd bit of EVE and faction warfare and whatever, I know Clear Skies like the back of my hand because I've watched the series. That, to me, yes please, more of that. What other tidbits have you got in the game for us, Dex? Or is this all sort of secret?
I can disclose that we have quite a lot of Easter eggs in the game. There's, for example, far away hidden a part of the Firefly, the Serenity. Or there's part of a Stargate somewhere else, a puddle jumper, and some more stuff hidden as Easter eggs. Where to find them, you have to see yourself.
Oh, old Chinese proverb on us, eh?
I've got another question for you, though. Of anyone from Star Trek to take the Kobayashi Maru test, who would you make take it? You first.
Kobayashi Maru. All right,
Yeah.
Kobayashi Maru. I think I would take Worf. Because he gets so angry, he'd shit himself and then tear the place apart. And then there wouldn't be any Kobayashi Maru, and therefore he beat the game. Done.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. But what about Data?
Data would explode.
Yeah, but that would be funny to watch.
No, but Data would explode. There's no point in Data exploding. He explodes every other episode of Next Generation.
That's what makes it the best season.
No, wrong, incorrect, wrong.
You said that we needed to make the best references for the community, but I just spent like 5 minutes bashing Kirk. I mean, it's not gonna help, is it?
No. Your reputation, Cayne, is thoroughly dead.
Nah,
Welcome to the Bamsters chat.
people agree. It's fine.
Very few will agree. Anyway, G, your answer.
Well, I would just make Spock take it. He knows it can't be solved, and it will irritate him that he has to do it.
And then last but not least, Dex.
I'd take, for the Kobayashi Maru, I'd take Troy, Deanna Troy.
Okay.
Yeah, ugh. Right.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't say 7 of 9, and she'd just assimilate it, and then she'd win.
Nah, 7 of 9 is boring.
Wounded.
I just
Wounded.
want to put my little 2 cents in there. You said Spock. Just spoilers ahead for anyone, but I mean it's all so spoilers are just don't matter. In Spock's death scene, he did say that he describes his sacrifice as a solution to the no-win scenario. So I mean, I think he'd win either way. He'd just kill himself.
That sounds like a general victory.
So Dex, tell me, dude, can you give me any pointers as to where any of these Easter eggs might be located? How big is this universe of yours, mate, that I have to go and traverse?
The universe is 5 billion miles.
What? 5 billion miles, dude? What? How? What? Gee, okay. I can't have a look-see around there, dude. Jesus.
But once 1.2.1 hits, it will be a little bit easier to find them with the new scanning system.
Not like too easy, will it be? Like you just
Not
click
too
and there
easy.
it is. Oh.
I'm just adding navigational points to them that pop up when you move closer.
So they're not actually going to be on like a star system map. Go here, you will find it. It's a case of you need to traverse said galaxy a little bit like No Man's Sky, and then once you pass it, you should go ding. There we go.
Well, hopefully not like No Man's Sky.
No. I'm using
No Man's Sky is great.
I'm using that as a reference point. No Man's Sky, you traverse planets, you go around the system, you explore.
I get you.
You know,
I mean,
it's not like No Man's Sky, but it's a case of you'll be flying through the system similar to what you do in EVE, and then when you fly past, say at 1 million miles an hour, 1 million miles, or a couple of AU, whatever have you, it'll pop up on your radar.
Yeah, but I
The
mean,
size-
it takes so long to travel around the place that I mean, it's like getting close to one is like an achievement enough to have it just for a notification to appear.
The scale of the Sirius system is based on real-world mathematics and astronomy right now.
That was going to be one of my questions. How, since you've already mentioned earlier on that you've got planets and gravity wells and all the good stuff, how far in depth have you actually made this game to be real-world science rather than science broken enough to make the game playable?
As the most recent example, I changed the sun to be more like the real-world Sirius, which is actually a double star, but in my universe, the Sirius B exploded and left the ring around the sun. But of other things, with the creation of the new universe, I actually took a calculation of the time it takes from the sun to reach the third planet, calculated that into AU, which is 1 astronomical unit, the distance between Earth and Sun, calculated my light speed time, how fast the light is in my universe, and made my calculations of that, how the planets should be separated from each other.
Right, so you're like a clever dude with maths, yes?
Yes, I love math.
Oh, right. So what is the speed of light?
The light in real life?
Real life.
That's a good question. 299 miles, a million meters per second.
All right. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out if you're basing your model on real world maths and real world science, your universe is going to be bloody big. And you weren't joking when you said 5 million. Was it million miles?
Billion.
Billion. For fuck, Jesus. I'm never going to find Firefly in that bloody mess, dude. Jesus.
Well,
season 2 is out there somewhere.
You might find season 2. Oh,
wounded. Shots fired. Oh, wounded.
Ooh, I think you're going to piss off a lot of people with that one as well. This is going
I have
well.
the collector's edition of Firefly here, and I can prove that I'm a huge fan, but that had to be done.
Yeah, I've made those jokes in various sessions. It never ends well. Good luck.
Dude, season 2 didn't come out. I was dead, mate. Inside, I died a little bit. Little bit. So have you actually got a planet called Firefly Season 2?
No, but there's a planet called Serenity.
And on there, is there a monument to Season 2?
No.
You can't monument something that never happened.
It's a memorial
I canceled
to all
those
those
plans.
dead souls.
He cancelled the memorial. Nice one, Dick.
Happy days.
Just mostly for BAM. I'm just doing some math from the top of my head. 5 billion miles. That comes to just over 50 AU, if I'm not mistaken. Which puts the size of your solar system pretty much out to the outer reaches of Makemake and the other trans-Neptunian objects that we found, like Pluto and Haumea.
To put it in relations, to fly Sirius from the outermost planet to the other side of the star system where the game actually ends, in normal speed in the starter ship, you will take 6 hours.
Well, that's not too bad. I mean, if you can travel that far, that fast.
What happens if I reach the edge of the block? Does the case I bounce, or do I just burn and die?
You can fly on, but you just won't find new content there.
Right. So I've got to stay within the 5 billion to find the content.
Exactly. But there's enough content for you in that space.
Oh, there's going to be. Trust me, there's going to be. Apparently, I need to just destroy a Crimson invasion, I've been told, apparently. So, yeah, yay!
Good luck with that on your own.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
Well, there's a Discord, if I'm not mistaken, a Discord server for this game. Couldn't you just hook up with other players and, coordinate killing some Crimson Dawnies?
Yeah, of course, yes. Who wants to join me doing some Crimson deathmatch with some bacon? Nobody. Because the minute they hear me, they run away, because they know I'm just a troll.
I already see their incoming doom when they hear you.
Yes, and they're not wrong.
Oh yeah, on your Discord you actually have a channel called Live Development where we'll post progress pics when I do something, like the new sun I implemented yesterday, which has actually developing sunspots.
You said you've actually developed sunspots on your suns. So are these images that just float around, or they're actually doing something to the actual sun itself? Can you actually see through them into the deeper core of the sun?
The former. It's
Okay.
just a... Stop.
You're not helping, G. You're not helping. right? You're not helping. I'm trying to sound professional. That's not helping, G.
So it's more of an image that puts a bit more life into the sun. Before it was just a static circle with a bit of glowing out, and now it moves. It evolves sunspots. It's a little tiny bit of immersion.
Happy days, happy days. Now, believe it or not, we are actually coming up to the end of our little excursion. We have been recording now for about 1 hour, 10 minutes. This has actually been a very, very good chat, guys. I've had a lovely time talking to you. Dex, dude, is there anything else you want to say about Sirius Online before we wrap this up? Any questions we might have forgotten? Because I've got 1 or 2 more questions. I'm sure G has 1 or 2 more questions.
Right now, I can't think anything on top of my head.
Just a heads up that the discussion pages on the store page for Sirius are always a quick and easy way to get help if you have a problem with the game or you want information quickly. So if you ever want a quick question answered, just pop a discussion up on the board and we'll get to it ASAP.
Believe it or not, that was one of the questions I had left. Is there any way people can contact you, where they can find information about you, where they can find user guides, helpful guides, for example, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord, Steam? Where is it the spaces that you inhabit on the internet, Dex Cayne, so people can get to you directly with a valid criticism? Because, like Dex said, valid criticism is valid. Trolls are, left to their own bridges and muddy demise.
Yeah, we have Facebook. We have the community email, which I answer, and we have the discussion forums on the Steam store. We've also got the Steam group as well, and the Discord, and we've also got a Reddit, but we mostly just use that for announcements and stuff. But you can go on it if you want to start a discussion, or if you've found something cool or found one of these Easter eggs, feel free to put it up on Reddit so that everyone else can see the glory of whatever you might find out there.
Okay, so I heard Facebook, Discord, and Steam, was it?
Yeah, Facebook, Discord, Steam, Reddit.
Okay, so those are the Facebook, Discord, Steam are the 3 main things that you inhabit when it comes to communicating directly with your community. Cool.
Yeah,
and then
and
Reddit's
email.
of course, email, yes. But then the Reddit's more used as the announcement sort of side of things.
Yeah.
Unless we get more community members using Reddit, then it's a perfectly valid way to interact with us.
That seems perfectly legitimate to me, mate. If Reddit takes off, then cool. Reddit becomes more of a thing. Happy days.
I mean, Reddit is a better place if you want to send, like I said, GIFs or screenshots of Easter eggs and stuff you might have found, and then people can see them.
Well, I guess we shouldn't forget, Dex already mentioned there's a Patreon, so if you want to kind of support more directly, there's that, and there's quite a few updates on there as well.
And if you support the Patreon, you have the choice of awesome rewards, from impacting the story to releasing your own skins on the game.
Yeah, it's just, I find it very interesting. I find it a good way of interacting with your community in general, and people get the option for supporting a game more directly.
I was going to ask, what will it take for me to get Dex to put in a bacon asteroid field?
Probably not an asteroid field. We can get a bacon ship.
Or station named Bacon.
A station named Bacon. These are all good things I hear in my ears. What would it take for me to actually get that done?
At least the digital list perk.
Which is how much?
$10.
$10! I get a station named after Bacon! Hallelujah, brother! I'm there!
You can hang out all the time in the bacon station.
Damn straight!
It's got a ring to it.
I still have two stations left to rename.
Bam's got a bacon station party going on.
Oh, hell yeah. It's going to be Bam's Bacon Station of Gloriousness.
Oh,
And I'm going to add, if you're choosing a higher tier, I can even add an NPC, which is Bam's Bacon Delivery, delivering bacon through the universe.
Don't joke about that. I've actually delivered bacon to a game dev before. Don't joke about that.
I can absolutely do that. There are a few NPCs that actually do that. Some are trading, some are flying around just babbling.
Bacon. Gee, should we go make a bacon station and bacon delivery service?
Yeah, as long as it kind of looks like the bacon cart that is now in One More Night, then I think it would work.
Hallelujah. Those are the guys we actually gave bacon to. Me in England, right? Delivered bacon in, what is it, California? Yeah, that's dedication. Within 2 days as well.
Any longer and it would have rotten.
No, I know somebody who's actually lives in California, about an hour's drive. So he cooked up a whole lot of bacon goodness and then delivered it to the Dev's front door. And the Dev and him had a lovely bacon-filled chat and a good time. So it was all happy days.
Sounds fun. Sounds fun. I want some bacon now.
Me too.
Wow. Believe it or not, that's G's very next question, believe it or not, guys. That is the end of our little chat with you guys. But G has one more question left for you. It is in his contract under Article 15, reference points, clauses 3, 4, and 5. So, G, please.
Okay. Kane, Dex, apologies. As Bam says, I'm contractually obligated to ask this question. I ask it every single time. And, we get a lot of different answers to it. I'm looking forward to yours as well. In it all simplicity, it is, what kind of bacon do you guys like? How do you like your bacon? What kind of beverage, be it beer or cider or something wrong, do you guys want with your bacon?
Kane, you start.
You ask a tough question.
The hardest one of the entire chat.
You see, well, I'll start with the drink first. Okay, the easier choice. What I like, especially in summer, night, hot day, like today. It's 28 degrees today. Whew. I mean, in Ireland, that's melting weather. All right. So what I want to have, nice, ice cold pint of cider. Yeah. All right. Then we get to the bacon, and I'm gonna have to disappoint you, because to be honest, what the fuck is bacon? Because I know it as rashers. I would like some fried rashers. That's my answer. You can now kill me.
That's fair enough. No. Dude. There's two different cuts of bacon. American cut, disgusting, horrible stuff. And then there's the proper cut of bacon, which is more meaty, more delicious, not Danish.
With a bit of grizzle and fat along the edge
delicious.
of it. Yum. Crisped just right. It's just just that nice.
Do you like Tommy K or do you like the brown sauce?
I don't put sauce on my.
So you're a naturalist. You want it sizzling its own juices. Oh yes, you're Puritan. Lovely.
I have that bacon taste, and then I take the nice cold sip of cider, and it just mixes with the natural bacon taste.
What brand of cider? Cider's quite a large field. What brand of cider?
Oh, me, I'm not picky. I just like anything that's sparkly apple with a bit of kick.
Fair enough. So you like the old woodpecker then?
I mean, honestly, I'll just go to Lidl and get a big bottle of cider.
Fair enough. White Lightning, anybody?
Or Bulmers.
Oh, Bulmers, that's a good taste. That's a good tongue on you. Dex, your answer, please.
I like bacon if it's crispy and on my self-made burgers. And for beverage, out of respect to deceased family members, I don't drink any kind of alcohol. So I'll settle for some water instead.
A bit of OJ, bit of orange juice, bit of apple juice. No.
Oh, depending on my mood.
Yeah.
Did you say homemade bacon burgers?
Of course, homemade bacon burgers.
Oh, dude, I've never had
homemade bacon. Wait, have you got a bacon tree outside?
I have a bacon tree. No, I'm buying bacon and burning it really crispy, so I have it on my burgers, on my patties.
Oh, it's a combination with a burger patty. Okay, so you have a bacon burger patty with what? Lettuce, tomatoes, onions?
Cheese, liquid cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, onions, gherkin.
Liquid cheese. Gherkin. Oh, gherkins and bacon are freaking marvelous, man. That's a delicious palate you got there, yes.
You're making me so hungry. And now I really want a BLT. or a bacon and cheeseburger. Oh.
Well, if you hurry, believe it or not, the Subway's still open. It closes at 10. That's 15 minutes, Kane. You better get on your bicycle, mate.
I mean, there's a chipper, like, literally, like a 5-minute walk from me. I could just
go get a bacon sandwich. I still want to know, is it homemade burger patty?
Obviously.
How do you make a burger patty and then involve bacon on it? This is interesting to me.
First, you make a burger patty. then you fry the bacon, and then you assemble the hamburger.
Oh, assemble the hamburger. Okay, so this is quite a methodical process, is it? Okay, so if you go your patty, your bacon. What the fuck is liquid cheese? Gherkins, tomato, onion rings, all that stuff. Like a massive sort of Dagwood burger.
Liquid cheese is, in essence, I'm mostly using Gouda for burgers, and that cheese is been pre-melted, and it fits directly into 2 patties. So you have a core of cheese in your burger.
Gouda.
Do you mean Gouda
It's
cheese?
Gouda over here.
Well, that's a good cheese. Either way, that is the best cheese.
Well, hang on. So you two both like sweaty foot smell, sweaty foot taste rather.
What?
Gouda's
cheese?
Gouda's sweaty foot, bro. That's what they make it from.
I'm German. I'm eating, not smelling my food.
That's true. Me too.
But
Although I don't smell it either.
Isn't your smell part of your experience of enjoying your food? So you guys like the smell of sweaty foot?
Look, Gouda is the best. All right, you don't insult Gouda.
You've never smelled smelly foot then before.
I like my normal cheese, cheddar, red Leicester, camembert, that stuff.
I'd just like to say before we end, I appreciate that this is the first time I've ever been in an interview or a podcast where someone hasn't made a potato joke. And I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you.
Right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining us and our little chat with the guys from Sirius Online, Dex and Cayne. Thank you very much for coming along. From me, Bam Havoc, I love all you faces. Cheers, guys. Bye.
And from me, G, I just have to say thank you guys for coming on. It was awesome. It was interesting seeing this whole 1.2 release coming together, because I spoke with Dex months ago about this, and it's been one of those things I've been following. I have one little request for you. I know it's DirectX that you like to use, but I need a Mac version ASAP. Beyond that, thanks. It was an awesome little chat with you guys, and I'm looking forward to the 1.2.1 and see the whole release party.
All right, it has been an honor to be on the Bamsters podcast. Goodbye, and if you like, you can subscribe to the Sirius Online official YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook at PlaySirius actually. And join our Discord and interact with the community, which is steadily growing since the re-release. And as a final note, before I let Cayne take over, in the summer sale, Sirius Online is 15% off, so you can even save if you buy the game.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be on. Thanks for having us. Like I said, you can ask questions whenever you want on the discussion forums, or you can send me an email if you want. If you have any questions, at community@digitaldawnstudios.com, and I'll get back to you straight away. So thanks, guys.